Thank you so much for joining the study of Brahma Samhita. So we'll begin with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatariणे Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langhayate girim, yat-kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam, Paramanandam Madhavam. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So let me share my screen. And I'm going to share the Brahma Samhita verses. Okay. So last time we read up to text 34. We read text 34 where we read about Panthashtakoti Shatavatsara Sampragamya, that even for great sages or great thinkers or scientists, the best of the karmis or jnanis or dhyanis, and even they follow the path, it could be physical path or a different path they follow for Koti Shatavatsara Vatsara. So for for many years, thousands and millions of years, and even they travel by vayor athapi manaso, by the speed of mind or even by speed of air. And Muni Pungavanam, the greatest of the sages Muni Pungavanam. So even then, it is very difficult for them to reach the abode of Krishna or understand the abode of Krishna. So today we are going to continue text 35. Ekopyasau racayituṁ jagad-aṇḍa-koṭiṁ yac-chaktir asti jagad-aṇḍa-cayā yad-antaḥ aṇḍāntara-stha-paramāṇu-cayāntara-stham govindam ādi-puruṣaṁ tam ahaṁ bhajāmi. Translation: He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work, so he is talking about Krishna, in Krishna's work, or Govinda here, of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. So there is no difference between the potent and potency, or the energetic and energy. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time, simultaneously. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore. Govindam ādi-puruṣaṁ tam ahaṁ bhajāmi. So here we'll go phrase by phrase. Ekopyasau racayituṁ jagad-aṇḍa-koṭiṁ. So Krishna is one, God is one, there is no other God. He is always one and he is singular. So even though he is one, he has unlimited energies, and by his energies, what it says here is he's created jagad-aṇḍa-koṭiṁ. So he's created universes, and not 1, 2, 3 or few universes, unlimited numbers of millions and billions of universes. So just like if you have experienced, when we are in the dark night and maybe outside the city, and we look at the sky in the dark night, we see so many stars, so many planets, and that we cannot comprehend, we cannot count. So, and these are all in one single, this small universe. But what it says here, that such universes, he is the one who creates unlimited number of such big universes. And just by creating this universes, he enters in all of them. And without his entering in each universe, the universe doesn't develop or it doesn't start functioning. The matter is inert, and without touch of Govinda or without touch of Krishna or without touch of any spiritual energy, it doesn't function or grow. Just like when we say that by the combination of male and female, a child is born or child is placed in the womb of a mother, but without the entrance of a spirit soul or the jivatma, the fetus doesn't grow. So in the same manner, without Krishna or Govinda entering in each and every atom and each and every universe, the universe doesn't develop. The matter by itself doesn't develop. And before the universe, matter is created, as we say, Mahat Tattva is created. So matter, even though matter exists before even the universe starts developing, but and then when the universe starts developing or when the living entity starts forming or manifesting, so the matter enters in them. So matter is in the body of all the living entities, and simultaneously it is outside also. So all the material things that we see manifested in this universe, in this material universe, be it mountains or oceans, or for living entities like aquatics or birds or trees and plants or beasts or human beings or even devatas, they all have material body, and everyone has a material body that is made up of the five gross elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, in different forms, different gradation, different degrees. All these elements are there, but everyone's body is made up of these elements, but they function only when they are touched by a spiritual energy. In the same manner, all these universes work just by the spark of the Lord. And everything what we see in this universe is just, Krishna says in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when he's describing his opulences, different opulences to Arjuna in the Vibhuti Yoga, that he first describes so many opulences, and then in the end he says that whatever opulent you see in this creation, just know that it is just because of my very small spark. Yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam shrimad urjitam evava tattat eva avagachatvam mama tejo amsha sambhavam. That it is possible that everything opulent you see, that is possible only because of my energy, my tej. And then after that, he says that athva bahunaitena kim jnatena tavarjuna vishtabhyahamidam krishnam ekam shena sthito jagat. And what is the need for telling me all these opulences and glories, or all these energies? Just by a fragment of my energy, I sustain the whole material creation. So all these material jagad-aṇḍa-koṭiṁ, these universes are sustained by Krishna's energy, because he says that yac-chaktir asti jagad-aṇḍa-cayā yad-antaḥ. So all these, just by his energy, he creates all these material universes, jagad-aṇḍa, and they are all situated within him, yad-antaḥ. So all these universes are situated within him. So he is outside the universes, but at the same time, he enters in every single atom in every universe. at the same time. So he's simultaneously within every atom and every universe, and at the same time he's outside the universe. It's like so everything is in him, all the universes are in him, as Satyavrata Muni in his conversation with Narada Muni, when he recites the beautiful Damodara-ashtakam, in the end he offers obeisances to the rope that is binding Krishna's belly, young Krishna's, in Damodar Leela. So what he says is, uh, uh, what is the last stanza of Damodar Ashtakam? That I offer obeisances. No, before that. Namaste stu damne spuradipti dhamne twadiyodarayath vishwasya dhamne. Namaste stu damne, to that dam or rope, I offer my obeisances. Why? Because it is such a glorious that it is binding the belly of Supreme Lord. What can bind belly of Supreme Lord? Because in that belly, Tvadiyodarayatha Vishwasya Dhamne, that udar, that belly is dham of the Vishwas, of many universes. There are so many universes in that belly. So if a rope that is binding that belly, which contains all the, which is the dham or abode of all the universes, how glorious that rope must be. So in that we see that this Krishna's belly is the dham of all the universes. So all these universes are within him. And the other pastime I was thinking about, when Krishna eats dirt, when he is playing with Balram and his friends, cowherd boys, in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And then Balram and his friends, they see that Krishna is eating dirt and they complain to Yashoda Mata. And then she grabs him, and out of her affection and love, she chastises him that, "Oh Krishna, are you eating dirt? I don't want you to get sick, and you should not be doing something like this." Krishna says, "No, mother, I did not eat dirt. These boys are lying." So Mother Yashoda asks him to open his mouth. So he opens his mouth wide open, and what does Mother Yashoda see? She sees in his mouth the whole universe, everything in the universe. So that is Krishna's energy. So that's what it is saying. Yac-chaktir asti jagad-aṇḍa-cayā yad-antaḥ. So by his potency, he creates all these universes, and all these universes are within him. But at the same time, aṇḍāntara-stha-paramāṇu-cayāntara-stham. So he is in every universe, and all the atoms, paramanus, that are scattered all over the universes, he enters in every single atom at the same time, simultaneously. So that's what Krishna is. That's what Govinda is. So he is entered simultaneously in each and every atom just by his energy. So he is all pervading, and at the same time he is outside everything. So that Govinda, that ādi-puruṣaṁ, Brahmaji is saying, Govindam ādi-puruṣaṁ tam ahaṁ bhajāmi. So he is glorifying Krishna's potency here. He is glorifying how he creates all these universes, and he is glorifying, after creating his universes, how he enters in, or he is all pervading everywhere. There is not a single space that remains without his supervision, without his entry. So that Govinda, who is the ādi-purusha, who is the original supreme personality of Godhead, Brahmaji is saying, I offer obeisances, tam ahaṁ bhajāmi. And we, because we are coming in the disciplic succession coming from Brahma, we just follow our Acharya, and we also say tam ahaṁ bhajāmi. Govindam ādi-puruṣaṁ tam ahaṁ bhajāmi. So let's read the purport quickly, if there is anything. So Krishna is the highest of all entities. He is the supreme Lord. There is nothing superior to him. In him is every entity which is termed chit, or the spiritual, which is distinct from the principle of limitation. So principle of limitation here is mentioned as material energy. So in his, there is a chip, both spiritual as well as material potency, but material potency is his separated energy, and within him is the spiritual or the chip potency. By his inconceivable power, he can at will create numberless universes. All the mundane universes owe their origin to the transformation of his external potency, that is the Bahiranga Shakti or the material energy. So material universes or mundane universes, they are created by the transformation of his external or material energy. And again, his abode is beyond human conception, since all worlds, limited and spiritual, so material and spiritual, exist in him, and he resides simultaneously in his fullness and entirety in all the atoms in the worlds, including the spiritual as well as the material worlds. This all-pervasiveness is only a localized aspect of majesty of Krishna. It's just one aspect, Paramatma feature, by which he enters in every atom and everyone's heart. So this is just one aspect, one great aspect of Krishna. Though he is all-pervasive, yet in his existence everywhere in the medium shape consists his spiritual lordship beyond human conception. So his spiritual energy is beyond our understanding, and that is beyond our material nature. And that's what in the previous verse it says that panthastu koti shatavatsara sampragamya, that even by any means we cannot reach there, by any mental speculation or by any mechanical means. This argument favors the doctrine of simultaneous inconceivable distinction and non-distinction. The achintya bheda veda tattva is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada mentions here, that and knocks down the contaminating Mayavad and their allied doctrine. So this defeats the Mayavada philosophy, and because Mayavada philosophy is Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, that this whole Jagat is Mithya. But here it says that because it is created by Krishna, he is simultaneously in the world as well as he is aloof from this. So that's what this verse goes. We have some time, so we can continue with the next text. Yad-bhāva-bhāvita-dhiyo manujās tathaiva samprāpya rūpa-mahimāsana-yāna-bhūṣāḥ sūktair yameva nigama-prathitaiḥ stuvanti govindam ādi-puruṣaṁ tam ahaṁ bhajāmi. I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra-sūktas told by the Vedas, by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments. So yad-bhāva-bhāvita-dhiyo manujās tathaiva. So manuja, or the men who have immense love for him in their hearts, they are completely imbued with devotion in their heart. Yad-bhāva, whose bhava, or for whom they have devotion in their hearts, and their hearts are filled with devotion for him. What do they do? Stuvanti. So they are always singing the glories, but in the form of sūktair yam eva nigama-prathitaiḥ. Sukta or shloka or stava or stuti, these are the different words by which devatas and the great devotees are always glorifying Krishna. So they are always singing his glories. And how? Not by their mental concoction, but by nigama-prathitaiḥ. Nigama means Vedas, prathitaiḥ means by said or as documented or as said in the Vedas. So they always in reference in. So their glories are always in line with the Vedic literature. They are not different from the Vedic literature. And that's why many times Prabhupada mentions that even though the great acharyas have written so many songs or poems or stories of Krishna or glorifying of Krishna, even the documents or the songs of acharyas are nothing but Vedas, because everything falls in line with the Vedic literature. So the devotees or devatas who are devotees of Krishna, they are always singing glories of Krishna as mentioned in the nigama-prathitaiḥ, as said in the Vedas. And how do they sing the glories? Those glories are samprāpya rūpa-mahimāsana-yāna-bhūṣāḥ. By ornamenting them by different, as per their capacity, with the beauty, rupa, or mahima, greatness, or asana, their position, or yana, the conveyance, and bhusha, the different ornaments. So these are all the beautiful glories in Vedic literature, and as their capacity allows, devotees always sing these glories with all these different aspects. They are always singing these glories, as Krishna says in the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, that what do the devotees always do? Machchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. The devotees who are always completely filled with love for Krishna, machchitta, they always carry him in heart. Machchitta madgata prana. So they are always thinking of him, and tushyanti cha ramanti cha, bodhayanta parasparam. They are always talking about him with each other. The devotees are always discussing the pastimes and glories of Krishna all the time. Bodhayanta parasparam. And kathayanti cha, tushyanti cha, ramanti cha. They are always talking this kathayanti, and they are relishing those tushyanti. And they are always engaged in, they are ramanti, they are always deep in ocean of hearing those nectarian glories of Krishna. So that's what is Brahmaji also mentioning here. Yad-bhāva-bhāvita-dhiyo manujās tathaiva. That all these men, manuja, whose hearts are filled with heart for love for Krishna. So they are also sūktair. They are also singing the stuvanti sūktair from the Vedic literature. They are always singing the glories of Krishna. And there is also one beautiful verse in the last chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Shukdev Goswami starts glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam, and he refers to all the different Puranas also in there. So before starting, the beginning of the last chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, he offers obeisances to the Lord, and where he says that all the devatas, including Brahma, Yam Brahma, what is that verse? Yam Brahma Maruta. So Varunendra Rudra Marutai. So here he says, Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunvanti Divyaistavair Vedai Sanghapada Kramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam na vidu sura suragana devaya tasmai namaha. So he says that Yam, whom. So he is glorifying Krishna here, to that Krishna whom Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Maruta, Rudra, all these different categories of great devatas, Stunvanti Divyaistavaya. Stunvanti, again, they are singing glories in the form of stava. Different beautiful stava from Vedic literature. They are always transcendental prayers. They are always singing. And Vedas, what do the Vedas do? Vedai sa-anga padakramo-panishadair. With sa-anga, so by different their limbs, anga, and padakrama, there are different sub angas of Vedic literature, and Upanishad, What are all they doing? Gayanti yam samaga. They are also singing glories and very beautiful hymns from Samaveda. And the yogis, now he says, there is a line about yogis, dhyana vastita tadgatena manasa, pashyanti yam yogino. What are the yogis doing? Dhyana avasthita. They are situated in dhyana and they are always seeing tadgatena manasa. In the mind, they are seeing Krishna. Pashyanti yam. Pashyanti him. They are seeing him. And yasya anta na vidu sura surgana. And his beginning and end, nobody knows. Either they are sura or asura. To that devaya tasmai nama, to that great supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna, Shukdev Goswami says, tasmai namaha, I offer my obeisances. So in many places we see every time that all the great personalities, all the acharyas, all the devatas, all devotees, they are always singing glories of Krishna. And that's what here it says, whose glories are sung by great devotees whose hearts are filled with love for Krishna. So that Govinda, who is ādi-puruṣaṁ, tamaham bhajāmi. Govindam ādi-puruṣaṁ, tamaham bhajāmi. So in the purport here, first Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur describes the 5 primary rasas by which the devotees are worshipping Krishna. So 5 rasas are basically the Shanta or unattached, Dasya or pertaining to the reverential or the service, reverential willing service, or Sakhya as friendship, Vatsalya as parental love, and Shringara or Madhurya as juvenile love. So all these 5 rasas, and depending on which rasa they are always glorifying Krishna in different capacity. So it's 9:27. We can quickly read the purport, short purport, and then we'll take some reflections. The devotees surcharged with the ideas of their respective service serve Krishna eternally and ultimately reach the goal of their respective ideals. So devotees reach their goal by always singing the glories of Krishna. They attain the real nature of self-befitting their respective rasas and glories, conveyances, seat, befitting their sacred service, and transcendental qualities of ornament, enhancing the beauty of their real nature. So they attain eventually. We all have a specific role in the spiritual world and we are all related in specific rasa. So in that rasa, we attain eventually when we are self-realized, when we attain our original spiritual position. So those who are advocates of Shanta rasa attain the region of Brahma or Paramatma. So the destination of different devotees who are in different rasas, that is given here. So the devotees in the Shanta rasa, they attain the region of Brahma or Paramatma, the seat of eternal peace. Those in Dasya rasa get to Vaikuntha planet, where they serve Krishna in different capacity. That is Krishna's abode, the spiritual majestic abode of Narayana. Those in Sakhya, Vatsalya or Madhurya, they attain the Goloka Dhama, that is the highest planet or Krishna's abode above the Vaikuntha Lokas. They worship Krishna by sūktair in the Vedas with the ingredients of object befitting their respective rasas in those regions. So different devotees, when they go in their specific destination, they are always glorifying them befitting their rasa, according to their own rasa. And the Vedas, under the influence of the spiritual potency, in certain passages speak of the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. The liberated souls chant the name, qualities, pastimes of the Supreme Lord under the guidance of the same spiritual potency as they hear from the spiritual master. So this is how they glorify according to their own rasa, and they are always glorifying Krishna or Govinda. to that Govinda, Brahmaji is saying, Tam ahaṁ bhajāmi, I worship that primeval Lord. So I'll stop there and we can take some reflections. So thank you very much for being here again. Hare Krishna. So any thoughts and reflections, Mataji's, Prabhuji's?
Thank you, Radharajan Prabhu. Just want to have a quick verse 36. It is. Can you open the?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. This one?
Yeah. Can you show me the translation here? So in this verse, the devotees of the Lord who are, they are praising the Lord and they are singing the glories, mantra-sūktas, which are told by Vedas, But what they are glorifying, they are glorifying the beauty of Krishna, right? Greatness of Krishna. So I didn't understand thrones and conveyances. I can understand they are glorifying the ornaments of Krishna. But thrones and conveyances.
So this is by gaining their appropriate. It is not beauty or greatness or Krishna. It is by gaining they get to that level, depending on their rasa, they get either the beauty like Krishna, by greatness like opulence. So different type of liberation they get, or a position close to Krishna, or by the conveyance, by the path, how they reach there, or by different ornaments, in the Vedic literature or physical ornaments. So this is how they gain according to that, based on the ye yatha mam prapadyanti. So accordingly they glorify him based on their capacity.
Okay, makes sense now. Yeah.
So he is samprāpya. So prapya means they get. What do they get? Rupa, that is beauty. Mahima means greatness. Asana means seat or throne. Yana means the path or the conveyance. How do they get there? And bhusha is the ornaments. So they get this samprāpya by achieving according to their capacity. They achieve this, and based on this, they glorify Krishna.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other thoughts or reflections?
No, we're taking effort to prepare each and every verse.
Thank you so much. And this is nectarian. The more and more I read, more it gives different understanding, because every word is so beautiful here.
Hey. And thank you very much for bringing that, sharing that nectar with you and the group.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I think we can stop here today then. So thank you very much for the opportunity again for sharing this nectarian Brahma Samhita.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.